Let's see. Hey, D. What's that? What's going on? I coming on for a little quickie. Coming on for a quickie. Quickie. Yes. But not before I get a copyright infringement. Because I have to play the intro to one of the greatest rock and roll songs ever. At least the intro.
IHOP.
After
Yes, we do
this
have the new Adam's
commercial
Family
break,
menu. And
brought
for
to you
limited time,
by
kids eat free.
I call shotgun.
the people of IHOP, which I cannot.
Pancake with a kooky new Adam's Family menu at IHOP and see the
Anyway,
Adam's Family in theaters.
I love the intro to this song. Right. Okay, so I got that out of my system. It's a great song. All right, so I decided to go live. I don't know, to wrap up any loose ends. I know I got pretty, I don't know, the last couple nights. I just got into it, got out there, went into it. Anybody got any questions? I mean, maybe you don't. I really kind of don't imagine that you would. But I could easily see it. Does anybody have doubts? Is anybody wavering in their spirit or what we're watching? You guys feeling quiet and comfortable? You feeling real good about where we're at in this whole thing? I mean, how are you feeling? If you think like we've never won before, are you realizing that yes, we are winning. Do you realize that we get to collect on those wins coming up very soon? There's going to be a culmination of all this winning that's going to directly affect you. And it's not going to be for the worst. It's going to be for the better. That's coming in everybody's future, regardless of who you are. How could that not be the case once you rid in a massive way the evil off the planet? I mean, it really sounds like they're getting in there and they're rooting this out. They're not just stopping at one country. They're steamrolling the deep state globally. Globally. Who knew that was coming after the first globally? All right, just saying. Somebody did. You might have. But they are ripping them apart globally from the deep state. The deep state didn't see it coming. You know, I was thinking about something the other day. And I'm thinking to myself, how is it that I can sit here and believe in this plan and watch this plan and listen to what's going on and take everything that President Trump is tweeting and how can this all make sense to me? To the point where I think that it's all right. So whatever, leave it there. Okay. That's great. I'm fully understanding everything that's going on with him. But then I think, how can the deep state not know the exact same things that we know? Well, I have a potential answer to that question of why the deep state cannot know everything that we know as being anons that have followed all along the Great Awakening, the plan, the Q drops. The people that have been in it, and this is not to discourage anybody just getting involved. because if you are just getting onto the Q drops, get on board. You are welcome. We'd wrap our arms around you. Come learn about it. But what I want to do is I want to draw the attention to something that I've thought about a little bit, and it's more like mental warfare. Is that I think the people that latched on with the Q drops early and have been right there for each one and heard all the different questions that the anons have posted and the directions that it's pointed people into, and you take that over the course of all the Q drops, and then you mix in the really, really good channels out there that did great jobs of disseminating the information and really chasing down really questions that were being posed as answers by Q, and they were solidifying them to us along the way. This happened just like water drips onto a stone and can craft it and eventually wear it away in different areas, but it manipulates the stone. The truths that have been dropped to us throughout this journey with Q, with President Trump, with all the confirmations, with all the reactions from the deep state, all of this that has been laid upon us with discernment to understand what's going on. It may be that our eyes are not blinded by the truth because we've been given it. And the deep state cannot react on a level of our understanding through these Q drops. You have to live it and be a part of it to truly understand it. And that's why Q has repeatedly said these people are stupid. To the point eventually where Q said, you're watching a movie. Sit back, enjoy the show. Don't drop your guard. I've said that before. Don't drop your guard, but sit back. You're watching a movie. They got these people played so bad they don't even know it. But the reason that they don't know it is that because they don't understand what it's like to be where you're at in this journey, where you're at with your understanding right now. These people are in the dark that are losing this war. This war against the digital soldiers. I'm a digital soldier. The digital soldiers. All of you are. We all are. With millions of other people, we're all digital soldiers getting out the truth. Q said, you are the news now. Guess what? We are the news now, and we have been the news now for a while because we were told that a while ago. We are the news. Nobody wants to listen to what they got to say on mainstream television no more. There's a window of truth about that big at Fox News that exists anymore. It's not big. There's a few. Lou Dobbs, he's still good. Tucker, people like him. I don't watch him. Hannity, I like him. He overtalks, clicks his pen, but he is the one getting the truth out because he's in that primetime slot. Laura Ingraham, I like her. She brings out people and lets them talk. I like that. So you got about that pocket of time where you could listen. Otherwise, all the other news anywhere is shit. And it's crazy that I think about that and think of them as shit. Because how is it that we look at this and say we see the truth, we know what's going on? How can they spin this so hard? How can they be so caught dead to rights in their manipulation of what we're witnessing? How does Adam Schiff have the balls to give his own rendition of the transcript of the Trump phone call with Ukraine? How does he even have the balls to do it? Now, this is all boiling into the mother of all loads. And that time, right now, it's October. I spoke about it last night and probably the night before, I think, that things have been being alluded that there's lots coming out. Rudy Giuliani is coming out with straight fire on any interview he does. He's given fire. He is dropping information to the point where Biden put out a posted letter and demanded basically that nobody gives Rudy any more airtime. And so the little window on Fox News in that small pocket of interviewers are the only ones getting him out now. It doesn't matter though, because this is bigger. The truth is bigger. The movement is bigger than anything that they can try to put up in front of us now. Maxine Waters said that Trump should be arrested and put into solitary confinement. Maxine Waters, that crazy lunatic bitch from LA who's a congresswoman. We must impeach 45. Impeach. I say impeach. She is one nutty knucklehead. She's a knucklehead. She's a knucklehead who has stripped the wealth out of anything that was good in her district for herself. But we've been told those that speak the loudest have the most to lose. So look at these jokers that are running for president. Look at Kamala Harris, Cory Booker, and the other 15 losers that they're running against. Who knows what's going to go on with Joe Biden? He's done. He's done. Elizabeth Warren, Wall Street said that they would absolutely drop any support for the Democrat Party if they put Liz Warren as the DNC presidential hopeful. That's Wall Street. Now get over the fact that she pretended to be an Indian for all of her life. And it's one thing if you grow up like you or me and you just went about your life and you do this for a living or you do that for a living and you say, yeah, I think I got Indian in me. My grandfather always said I had Indian in me. And you go have the check and they say, no, you're 1,024th of an Indian. And I'd be like, oh man, I didn't know that. Okay, so that's one scenario. The other is that I go to college and they say, hey, welcome to the most pristine university to have your name associated with. Here's the tuition in 1966, probably $30,000 or $40,000 a year. Or what's that? You say you're an Indian? Oh, well, just write that down. Write that down that you're in India. Hey, look at in Harvard. Harvard says we just hired our first minority student, or not hired, but scholarship. She went on a full ride and shit as an Indian, an American Indian. Let her get the nomination. We will be on Pocahontas 2.0. Oh. It'll be bad. It'll be awesome. But she can't win. She can't do it. Fuck Bernie Sanders. This dude is a piece of work. The more desperate he gets, the more shit he offers to give away. He's giving away everything. He's going to give away everything that's in America. and to be honest, um, he'd be in good company with a bunch of shit people that have given away a lot of America. But Donald Trump's fixing all that, right? All right. So I didn't really have an agenda. I didn't have anything to talk about. I figured I'd just talk to you guys for a minute. I'm sorry I didn't read the chat. I just wanted to come in and say hello and maybe see if we could get something off the ground. So I guess maybe we did. But you guys are doing good, I hope. You're doing well? I'll read the chat. I'll do that. I see somebody wrote something. Hey, Scotty. Why do some people say that we are being fooled by Trump? They say he's a part of an evil plan. Just wondering after these night chat. Someone said we were being fooled by Trump in the last night chat. Well, I respect everybody's opinion to something. But what I would tell you is that if you are a believer that Trump is indeed fooling anybody in America, I would say that you have not put in any type of work to prove that point. Everything in that statement involves emotion and how you emotionally feel about Trump. You can't bring any credible type of debate to what you're just emotionally saying. You just can't. And you know why? I'm not going to sit around and hold my breath and wait for you to do it either, because you simply can't, because it doesn't exist. If you are believing that you have a disease, Mr. XYZ person, your disease is Trump derangement syndrome. Honestly, if you're at that point in your life right now, with everything going on, I really pity you because of how absolutely asleep of an individual you are. And though I don't sit here and want to mock you or anything, I am growing to be very exhausted with your very melancholy state of hypocrisy when it comes to judgment on political figures. I'm tired of you people, to be honest. And don't chalk that up to a win. I mean, it's quite pathetic when it really comes down to it. In the court of public perception, where you care about everybody's feelings and how this interprets that, you people are pathetic. You're really, really quite proving that you are disease on the society. And I'll let the mainstream television own up to some of that. But I mean, how the hell can you be on such a pedestal that you can't acknowledge evil when it's happening right in front of your eyes? You people of high morals, you people of supreme ethics, you people that teach on the highest levels throughout the college system, you're pathetic. The funny part is that we all know you're pathetic. You're exposed. Your red wine, chilled Moscato, nuanced life of deep discussion and intriguing debate are over because you live in a bubble. You live in fairy dust world. You do. You just simply do. I'm sorry, I carried that out a little further than I wanted to, but I have such disdain for the higher educated with their noses in the air that hide behind their degrees and think that they are, these people. make me physically ill. And that doesn't come from me having like any issue with one where it's just you could just lump them all up into a San Francisco pile of clay. San Francisco street pile of clay. And they would all fit nicely in that big shitty clay ball. What I want to know is if they actually believe it. I mean, you kind of get steered into the direction of being a professor, and you got to kind of, I guess, roll with the punches and be willing to not look so hard at some evidence and be very open to other parts of evidence until eventually you are a corporate individual towing the company line. I think that's what we have going on. I think that actually ties right into things that we've discussed in the past, which is the interbreedings of socialism into the fabric of the United States, right? So anyway, I don't want to open all that and talk about all that. I don't. So I'm not gonna. It's good to see you all though, and I think what I'll leave you with tonight, guys, is that I think I want to leave you with a message of hope. And I think it's appropriate right now with what we're going through right now. For me personally, the handwriting's on the wall. Now, I know that we felt like we've been at the finish line many times, and we're not at the finish line. We're not. But things are. The Vatican was raided today. The Vatican was raided by top officials in Italy. The Vatican. Guys, things are fixing to jump. Secretary of Defense of the State, Mike Pompeo, was in Italy. There was a discussion that was made, had something that said it's go time. The Vatican got raided. The Vatican. Oh, that place. That's like the White House getting. That's like that happening to the White House. I mean, think about how huge that is. The Vatican. Oh, the terrible, heinous things that have gone on at the Vatican. It was raided. Anyway, more truth coming in the days ahead, my friends. More truth coming. We'll see. Truth coming. It feels like this could really be something, though. This month, right out of the gate, right off Jump Street, things are poof. All right, we'll keep an eye on it, right? So until next time, thank you for coming. I appreciate seeing all of you. I surely do. And you guys be cool, stay awesome. And somebody do a live stream right now, because I'd love to get off this one and jump onto yours and just jump in the chat. So somebody do that. All right. That'd be sweet. Have a good night. All right. Peace out. I love you guys. And now you know this.